Married at First Sight UK. Episode 15, Part 1. So we're now on to the homestays, starting with Amy and Josh. So these two have actually rented a property. Not too sure what that's about. But anyway. Did you see her face? Yes, Amy. Did you see her face? The minute she walked through those doors. Complaining about the wood. Wood from 2000. If this was my place, this is what I would have. A hot tub outside and whatever else she said. You rented it. But then again, you probably didn't. It was probably one of the assistants of the show that did that. But at the same time, be bloody grateful. You stroppy cow. Stop it. Be bloody grateful. We can already see how this homestay is going to go down. Not looking promising, not one bit. The next thing we saw was them preparing for the Mexican night because Amy's friends were coming round. That whole situation in the kitchen. About the shopping, he forgot the peppers. Okay, he forgot the peppers. Let him go back out and get the peppers. Why are you looking so damn stroppy? The way she's behaving like it's 8 o'clock at night and there's no shops open. Let him go back out and go and get the peppers. What's the big deal? All through that kitchen process, putting the stuff in the fridge, putting the food away, she couldn't stop telling him off. She couldn't stop telling him off. Telling him to shut up and whatever else. She's as bad as him. Oh my goodness me. Stroppy cow. Stroppy cow. When we saw Josh talking into the camera, he was talking about the tantrums that she keeps having and the mood swings. He can't get his head round that. Nor can I. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what it's about. Oh, this is just too much. Amy, I expect better of you. I do. I really do. That behaviour there ain't going to run with me. Stop it. The guy is trying. And I can't believe I'm actually saying it. I'm actually on Josh's side here. The guy is trying. The next thing we saw were these guys preparing the food for the Mexican night. Amy's mood still hasn't changed. Still stroppy as ever. She even had to admit when she was talking to the camera that she's been snappy and she's been very bitchy. It's all about her love language, which is tactile touch. Oh, this girl. We all know that Josh isn't the man for her. She knows it, we know it. Everything about this whole process with those two is about her teaching him. So it's all about patience. She doesn't have the patience. Nor would I, to be honest. He really is a big kid. He really is. But my approach would be so much different. We don't need to do that. All that screaming and hollowing, no. We don't need to do that. But the way she goes about it, telling him that he needs to take the fat off the chicken and so forth, especially for someone that's never cooked in their life. Why aren't you showing him? Show him. Instead of screaming at him. I know time may be of the essence. If you want it done quickly, do it yourself. Do it yourself. But her snapping at him the way she's snapping at him, I'm not feeling that. No, stop it. Stop it. When it comes to the tactile touch and affection, that's something I can't teach you. No, you either have it or you don't. And I've been saying it from the start that these two aren't compatible. Red flags from the beginning. Red flags. But one thing I will say in regard to the tactile touch and affection, there's nothing wrong with her doing it to him. And see if he reciprocates. But if she's expecting him to always be the one to come forward, then we have a problem. We have a big problem. The next scene we saw was Amy's friends arriving for their Mexican night. Now, they could see that Amy was upset, so they've gone out into the garden to interrogate Josh. Yes, interrogate Josh. Josh hasn't got a clue what's wrong with Amy. And this is what he was trying to explain to them. That she's been in the mood all day, I don't know why. And they had to admit that she does get like that. She holds a lot of things in and she doesn't say what's on her mind, which is a bad trait. But he also said that he's not emotionally available. Here we go again. Wasn't that the whole point of what the matchmakers were saying? For him to try to be emotionally available. And he was giving 200%, he said. That seems to have dropped off somewhere. Not too sure what's going on there, but that seems to have dropped off. So, who is to blame here? The next question that was asked from the girls was, are you in love? Josh really didn't have any words. You could see he was tight-lipped, the usual, when he's uncomfortable. Then he tried to dodge the question by throwing back the question at the girl in question. This guy. What do you define as love? That's what he said to the girl. She then said, I'm not in your relationship. You tell me. And he still tried to dodge the question by throwing the question back at her again. He eventually did answer the question and said he was not in love. Well, why didn't you just say that in the first place? Why didn't you just say that in the first place? There's nothing wrong with saying that. You're just not there yet. As he said that day, I'm not the type of guy to fall in love overnight. For him, it takes months. Oh, same old, same old. He's never going to get there. As he said in his own words, he's emotionally unavailable. In conclusion, Amy's friends read him well. They turned around and said, with Amy being the type of girl that wears her heart on her sleeve, and from meeting Josh, the two don't gel. They described him as being very guarded and shut off with his emotions. And as I said, the two don't gel. I hate to have to say it, but I told you so. The last part of the conversation was with Amy and the two friends, and they just reiterated what they had questioned Josh about. They had their concerns. They did say to Amy that when they threw the question about him being in love, or whether he could see himself falling in love with Amy, he tried to dodge the question. He kept throwing the question back at them. So that was a red flag as far as they were concerned. So Amy's sort of taken that on board. And the last thing she said to the camera was, we're still working on things, but I'm not going to wait forever. That was really what she said at the end. And I hope you don't, Amy. Please, don't waste your time. For me, you're flogging a dead horse. Moving on, we now have Taya and Adam. Taya has gone to stay with Adam in Doncaster. Her first impression of his place was, this is very much a bachelor pad. And looking at it myself, I have to agree. But wait a minute. Hang on a minute. Did you see her putting her stamp on the place already? Not even 5 minutes in. And she's saying we need to change this. We need to change the carpet. We need to get rid of this. We need to get rid of that. Change this colour. Oh my God. I know you're supposed to be moving into there, but please, hold your horses. Hold your horses. Even though I said it was a bachelor pad, there's only one or two things I would remove out of that place. The snooker table for one. The weights that are in the kitchen or wherever they were. they're in the wrong place. Those type of things should have a shed at the bottom of the garden. So that's his man cave. To be honest, the majority of it I actually like. I love the clean lines, the pale walls, a lot of light coming into the house. Oh, now I sound like an interior designer. But as a whole, there's nothing wrong with this place. The next scene we saw was Taya talking into the camera, talking about how she's looking forward to this part of life, the real life, getting to know Adam, being in his new home, and just living normal married life. Yeah, she's excited for that. The next thing we saw was Adam cooking his signature dish, which is banana pancake. Yes, banana pancake for Miss Taya. To see a man cook is a nice feeling. While Adam was still cooking, Miss Taya was still critiquing his place. Talking about we need to change the spotlights in the kitchen. Then talking about can we put the sofa up for sale. Is this girl for real? Is she for real? Slow your roll. Poor Adam. I could see he was thinking, what is going on here? Is she serious? Oh, I'm not too sure about this. He looked a bit like a deer in headlights at that moment. Because she's moving too fast. Even when he was talking to the camera afterwards, he virtually said the same thing I just said. He's looking forward to her moving in. No problem there. But he's looking at life and thinking, wow, so this is what married life is going to be about. But he still wants to push forward. He's still looking forward to it. A little bit nervous, he says. But she just needs to slow down. Lastly, we saw Adam's parents come to visit. Adam and Taya gave the parents a rundown of how things have been going. They could tell by the body language that these two were close. And Adam mentioned that he dropped the L word, or was it Taya? I don't know which one, but they did. They mentioned that anyway. The family are quite happy. They're very happy, to be honest. Very happy with the match. They feel that this is a perfect match for their son. When Adam was talking to the camera, he did mention that the reason why he's been single for so long is that he wanted to make sure that he brought home the right woman for his parents. And he feels that Taya is the right woman. Yeah, he's very proud of himself, he says. And I know his parents are proud of him too. The dad then asked, what's it been like living together? Taya answered that question, to be honest. And she said, it's been so easy. It's been very natural. We're like best friends, even though we are married as well. But then the dad did say that the real tester will come once they've come out of this experiment and real life hits them. But he doesn't see them having a problem with that. So, again, good note. Yep, take that on board. Because life will be so different once the cameras are off you. And when it comes to the baby situation, they all seem to be on the same page, including the parents, including his parents, that is, in regards to they want to be young grandparents. Yeah. So everybody seems very happy. We're just going to have to wait and see now how these two progress. So this is where I'm going to leave this review. If you like what you've heard, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.